s'il vous plaît.
Yeah, mate. You're fucking cunts. You're fucking fucking lads, you fucking dumb dogs. You're all shit.
I will.
Welcome to the ESU Invitational Duos First Person League. I'm Suko, I'll be your host for the night as we kick the game off and the guys are starting to come in on a drop over the tall end of Stauber, coming in from the northeast. Jumping on board. We'll just have a look at the guys dropping. Unfortunately, there's going to be no sound until we get to these guys on the ground. So we're going to look at the pattern that they're going to be dropping from. Looks like Bifster is going north. Unfortunately, I believe that his teammate Archer had dropped just before the game had started, if I'm not mistaken. Best of luck if he's able to get back in. Mini Gorofin now dropping in the, I suppose, heading west not really towards Savoni, probably closer to the shooting range, and it's going to be contested by Nutshot. And we can also see one of the guys just going in a straight southerly pattern, spreading out a little bit towards the east side. Pekin, Extreme 2G, Shred, Uncry, Neasy, Index, all around this 4 square area between KL and FG, around the Mansion, Lipovka and Prison area. So these Zoid, Sticks and Stones, all grunt moving in towards Rozok, Grumps, and Mixgilkis. I will try not to butcher that too badly, as we're on board with Micro Gorifins. Found himself a UAZ already as he comes up and approaches in the direction towards Luke Ultra. Whoops, I'm going to try and get back in here. Make sure I don't miss this. I've completely lost. That looked like it was going to be a roadkill. There's Micro Gorifin right there. Luke Ultra getting the kill on Micro Gorifins. That's completely turned pear-shaped for him. My apologies, guys. I'm relatively new, extremely new. You can smell the new car smell on me with the spectating cam at the moment, but it looks like Luke Ultra's just managed to get that first drop on Micro Gorifin, who was trying to probably get a roadkill there by the look of things. And XPIL and Policeman in Savoni at the moment, not having to worry too much. Xfear and Zeke though, as Xfear is trying to avoid getting roadkilled here, he turns around, being in first person, he's running the risk of Xfear getting inside of the vehicle. Here's a possibility. No, Xfear playing it safe. He's going to be sitting on this Y-shaped tree as Zeke goes back towards Policeman. Oh, actually, I think he's got eyes on XPIL over there. XPLL, perhaps. I'm picturing that. And XPLL knocks out Zeke with a headshot from the Micro Uzi. See XPLL coming back in as XFear's got himself a 3-seater motorcycle. Policeman still hold up nicely. You can see Luke Ultra and Nutshot from Team 7.62 as they are moving west, getting right out of dodge. There's actually no contact there for them further on from here to the west. As we jump back out on the map, I was trying to scroll down there actually and selected somebody. We can see a couple of guys in Pachinki, AK-47 Gary near Grumps and the boys at Rozok. Zoid mate, I'm going to get this name right. Let's have a look. Mickey Sickies is in the northwest side of Rozok. And his teammate Grumps is coming along outside towards the undulated ground from the west, heading east, trying to pad back up. But Zoid is on the high ground to the south. Let's have a look what Zoid has as we jump on board with him. He's got an over-under shotgun and also has an M16 in tow by the look of things. Level 1 helmet, level 2 backpack, and I think might have picked up a bit of 9mm ammo there. So still on the loot right now, as we can see Grumps getting a little bit closer to Mickey Sickies. So these guys might start to condense a little bit closer on each other. Inside of the red zone, Nick 101, we can see taking some precautions there as he opens that lower ground balcony door. Not a very good view we're getting in here from the spectator cam, so I'm going to jump back outside, look at Loco and Bazooks. These guys are starting to close on their positions. They're only 1 grid square away from the south. Looks like probably about 50 to 75 meters distance between them in Pachinki, as these guys are still on the loot as well. You can see Loco AU's got himself a Micro Uzi and also a scar on his back. The nice coloured level 2 helmet, not just for the protection, but also going to blend in with the urban environment a little bit better than that desert camo colour that they've got. And we'll have a look at Bazooks as well. If I can get on board here with Bazooks, which I clearly cannot. We'll try another angle here. And Bazooks, very similar gear, with level 2 backpack, however, and by the look of things, an M16 as well. So on board now with Cozy down at Novoprennoi in the container areas with Somatic, his teammate. And these guys don't really have too much contention. Subslayer a little bit closer up than anybody else. Lynxy around the observatory or west of the observatory. Bouncy Butts, Chillville, and Zapruder and I Big Buds. Zapruder's name, I'm trying to remember the name of the team that these guys are in. I think it's Igloo Laser. Very unique name they got there. We can see Zapruder heading south on the airfield right now. He's got the AK-47 paired up with a Kar 98K, and it looks like he's still trying to chase some rifle scope attachments. So unfortunately, he's only going to be good for probably medium to CQC. And if he does actually get into some medium range combat, he does have a 4x scope on the back there. And his teammate is now following in tow. Big Buds is probably about 100 meters spread from them. I don't know if Chillville and Bouncy have noticed these guys yet. They're still looting inside of the factory area. You can see that Chillville has himself a level 3 helmet, level 2 backpack, so very well looted with a suppressor on both of his primary and secondary weapon, running 5.56 and 7.62. Opting not to go with the AK, so probably the better recoil pattern for automatic there, and also the responsiveness for the weapon. So it might have been a good decision to stick with the 5.56 as it is more common. As Chillville comes out, he's now probably just within eye shot of these boys. If he's looking in the right direction, he might just spot them here. You can see Zap Bruder and Big Buds, they are starting to exfil to the south. I don't know if Chill actually knows that they're there. So those guys are doing pretty good. We can see Joshy and let's have a look here, Provoke, if I'm not mistaken. Really close here in this drop, but I don't know if they realize how close they actually are to one of the more desirable items in the game. I might just jump on and have a look what's inside this crate here. Not too far away. I think it, there we go. Let's have a look what's inside. Well, if I can get the context menu to pop up. Nothing. Must already have been taken. Let's see which of the boys got the spoils from that. You can see an AK-47 over under here on Provoke. Have a look at JCW 42, what these guys have got. If it will allow me to. There we go. Switching between them now. Only the micro easy in the pan. So I'm a little bit baffled as to what's going on with the items from inside that crate. Look at AU and Nick 101. These guys are still in very close proximity in Pachinki. We can see Predge over here is actually standing over a corpse. So securing a kill there, going to add a couple of points there. I think the multiplier for the points is going to be distributed by 2 points a kill, and then for team kills with 5 is an extra 2 points. You see Smiley and Smiley Face, sorry, Smiles and Smiley Face in Georgia Pole, and they're in very close proximity to one of the stronger teams. These are actually two of the strongest teams in the PUBG OCE CGL at the moment. Luke Ultra, Nutshot, these guys are veterans, I suppose, of the last 2 seasons of the CGL. Very high-ranking players in the OCE community. And then you've got Smiley Face and Smiles from Team Tahit, formerly known as Marcel's Bakery, which are currently the division leaders at the moment in the CGL for their respective divisions, now moving into the finals. See Happy No VTs down at the pier. Not much contention here at all. Bov Bork not too far away, just down by the crossroad at the intersection of the petrol station at the eastern choke point from the bridge at the south side of the North Island. See No VTs looking very comfy, actually. Red dot sight on the M16. Not too bad for medium range. We can see over just on the distance. We'll zoom in at the guys in Promorse. We've got Coffin and also DGNZ. Coffin looks to be having a good old time, actually. Trying to work this camera here. It's very difficult indoors. I'm finding to be able to get the perspective that you want, especially when I've got that inventory list up. Chuck the X-ray on. Can't really see anyone in close proximity. Going back from that map, there really was nobody within danger close distance. Edge and Champs now moving up very close to JCW and Dak, and I believe Champs from Mind Freak Pro Team. So they are about 150 meters just north of Dak and JCW 42, as Evolved Evo is actually getting in quite close now, as he's on board with Squirtle. They're both traveling by way of Orange Dacia. This is going to get into a bit of a choke point between these 3 teams. I think JCW and Dak should try to keep the firing off limits, because it's going to open them up to Edge and Champs. Only within about, now starting to spread the gap, about 200 meters north of them. They're going to be within audible range of that Dacia. We can see a big condense of players down here, right in the central southern area of the North map. We're on board with Joshy. A little bit of aggro that these guys are putting out, but they're actually smack bang in the middle of a difficult position because they have Cool has VFox solo player tonight rolling out. Teammate didn't turn up, so he's getting out of dodge. You can see Zoid, V1793, DK Game, and Cool Haas all moving towards the water as Joshy, the two aggressors in that last altercation there, moving into hard cover. Zoid, mate, we're going to jump on board with him now. You can see him trying to climb up these rocks here. DK Game, Cool Haas, making their way into the water. Now, being that it's first-person perspective, he's not going to have the ability to see that these guys have just pulled a sneak on them unless he directly looks into the water now. So it looks like they've pulled a fast one on Zoid, which would have been really advantageous for him should they pop their head up. It's going to be a free headshot to these guys. So, unfortunately, missing out on being the aggressor in this situation here, but they do have a boat at their disposal. So, anything really can happen for the guys on the south-southeast side of that last altercation. See JCW just killing Archie now with the Scar. And Squirtle knocking out JCW. Try and find Squirtle. He's shooting from about 400 meters distance, actually. Right on board with the final shot to get the kill on JCW42. Doing that with a suppressed Car 98. Well, looks of things, 4x scope. Looking to pick another off. Dak still in the area, but no eyes from Squirtle. It's going to work in his advantage, though, with the suppressor here. Dak keeping himself very well concealed as he's slowly moving in on an aggressive position, trying to find where these guys are shooting from. But the advantage is going to go to Squirtle from the high ground. It's going to be much more difficult for Dak to be able to see this. Dak, though, AWM, he's picked that up from the crate. He's got himself the knockout. Zoid just knocked out a DK Game, so he's seen them. He's actually seen them crossing over the river, utilizing an 8x scope. And he's at a distance of about 200, 250 meters. It looks like Zoid's going to come in aggressively with the knockout in tow. They're going to try and find a way to capitalize on the situation. I'm just going to jump on board with Cool House and see what these guys can pull off. Trying to play it safe and avoid the boat in the water. Not able to avoid the Zoid, so to speak. Zoid playing safe here, perhaps. He's got the KO, and now he's getting out of dodge. He might be setting up for an ambush, which would look like being more of a stronger play and a smarter decision to make here. You can see Luke Ultra, DG, and Z all outside of the zone, inside the close proximity. Happy no VTs right now in a gunfight, and it sounds like we've got a sound bug here. Unfortunately, the water is not going away. I don't know, we really can't do anything about that, unfortunately. Hopefully that's a bug that gets fixed in the near future, but we're just gonna have to put up with that. Not being able to react the same way, especially when casting without the sound to be able to utilize this. I think this happened once on a stream I saw previously for another competitive league, which it seemed to have fixed itself after about 2 minutes, but obviously wanting to avoid people while spectating them in the water and going underwater is going to make things quite difficult. So, Extrude, happy no VTs. They're on the outer western edge of the circle. They still got a few competitors coming in from the outer west, far outer west. We're looking at least a kilometer or two off the circle from Luke Ultra, about a kilometer and a half, DGNZ, just within 750 meters range. Bov Bork right on the edge of the inner circle. And V1793 dropping in on a crate right now. Interesting to see what he's got inside. Saw. Got the M249 Saw. Around 5.56. Probably got himself a nice 100 or 200 extra rounds on top to go with that, which is going to be very suitable for his secondary weapon, running the same ammo type. Good pick up there for the guys. We're on board with VFox now, looking out of this, I suppose, a little bit of a crow's nest or a rat hole that he's using here to defend. Again, solo player. He did get the hell out of dodge. Looks like he's probably taken that Dacia, come all the way around past farm, over the bridge, and then got himself back over from the east side bridge along the north side coast of the inside of the circle region. Cozy and Somatic. They've made their way over from Nova Penoy into the Sosnovka military base, but unwittingly, it's already been looted, I believe, by Zapruder, Bouncy Butts, and Chillville. These guys are very close proximity here. It is about to go down. Smoke getting popped off now. Just going to tag up assign 1 to Zap Rooter, and we're going to get on Bouncy Butts, assign number 2 to Bouncy Butts. So we can switch between perspectives very quickly here. See Zap Rooter looking for the shot. He's gone for a peek. 8 times scope at close proximity. This is going to be very difficult if he can't get a wide angle. Back on board with Bouncy. Head goes up. These guys are on very low health. We can see Bouncy's down to about 10-15%. Zap Rooter, he probably got down to about 2% here. Same decision was to just hit the deck there, heal up, and they're going to go back at it again, ladies and gents. Zap Rooter again. Oh, looks like he's going wide. He's going to get a shot in the back if he's not careful. Bouncy Butts not quick enough there. Hesitant with the aim, trying to make sure he gets that shot to count. Zap Rooter going down, taking one straight to the dome. Bouncy Butts knocking out Zap Rooter with the SKS. You can see Zap Rooter's teammate looking for the revive, but just not going to be able to get it. Bouncy Butts getting that headshot to finish him off. There's 52 players left in the zone. Bouncy Butts perhaps looking to get double headshot, but he gets taken down by iBig Buds, knocking out with the Car 98. So unfortunate for Bouncy Butts. You can see Chillville and Bouncy Butts just making it out into a very, very close proximity melee, and I think it was Chillville that just got the down with the UMP. Got a headshot there, bringing it down to 50 player count. Kaysun taking out Loco with the Scar L. X-Fear knocking out Happy No VTs with a headshot with the Scar L. So a couple of altercations are now happening all over the extended area of the play zone. Bov Bork, and we can also see, I think it's Shocks in that area as well. I can't get in while they're healing. It's a bit of a bug with spectator mode. Once they start healing, I can't really do anything with the camera. On board with Mozart now. They're only within about 200 meters distance of Shocks, and Shocks doesn't look to know that these guys are within such close proximity. You can see New Zealand Snapshot just knocks out Navoj with the SKS. Blackout NZ on board now. Teammate of NZ Snapshot. These guys now taking some tags, coming in just from the south-southeast from Traz. I'm going to tag Traz up for secondary perspective, see if I can get on board with Snapshot as well. Tag him up to number 2. So we've got 3 perspectives we can use here. Unfortunately, it looks like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds has just crashed. So we're going to quickly relaunch that and get back into things. Bear with me for one moment. Apologies, it's some of the issues that we have with PUBG at the moment. Not just when spectating, but in game, that can happen. It is uncomfortable, especially as we start to condense down to the lower amount of players. We'll get back on board with the fight. I have been reading the chat, guys, and I do apologise. I do see that you guys want me to get a little bit more involved in the fights. I just want to say as a disclaimer, I am very new. Absolutely brand new. You can smell the new car smell on me with the spectator cam and the controls, but I'm doing my best and I endeavour to make round 2 for the night much better for you, so just bear with me. See if we can find any altercations going on. We see Zoidmate, Linksy, Subslayer, Predge and Cozy getting really close in. Traz following up close on VFox, Joshy, New Zealand Snapshot, and also Blackout NZ Extrude. Probably going to be taking some... Are we going to be taking some fire incoming from Lighthouse? No, these guys in his close proximity to the northeast are actually on the ground level, so closest competition Extrude now is going to be Chance and Edge from Mindfreak. You can see Dak moving around on the north side of military base. These guys are condensing an area that's already been highly looted. Bouncy Butts taking a wide route to the south, trying to avoid as much context he possibly can by the look of things. Patsan making his way in. Linksy, Dak, Zoidmate. Altercation about to pop off here. On board with Zoidmate. I'm going to jump on 1793. Puts Dak down. Scar straight to the face. Well, close enough to the face, probably from the neck down. Wasn't quite entirely a headshot there. And these guys are not afraid and shy at all to be putting some shots down range right in the middle of that fire there. I think the shots might have been coming in from Linksy, actually. Looks to be that shots are coming out from Linksy's side. Yeah, so Linksy shooting at Zoid and V1793. Car 98. I'm not mistaken, he just switched over from his 4x to a holo. Jump on board with Subslayer, Lynxie's teammate. Looking to try and capitalize here, but I think just going to tag these boys up. I think Zoid and V1793 are going to play it safe here as we jump on board. We can see Zoid just getting a little bit of nutrition there, keep himself in the fight. There is a little bit of damage being taken by K-Sun, Dark and Stormy, AK-47 Gary. Blackout NZ still by himself out there just to the east choke point. Let's see if K-Sun is able and willing. I think they're looking to go for points here. Dark and Stormy in the orange Dacia. Good pick up there, especially for this part of the game. I think Nick hesitant there to continue with that. Dark and Stormy getting very low. We're about to see him drop. He took a few hits. He's looking to heal. Dire consequences here if he can't get this done in time. He's gone with the first aid kit. Now K-Sun moving up. We're coming right up to a choke point here. Dark and Stormy on the bridge. They were looking to try and catch him. AK-47 Gary, here he goes. Can he put the pressure on? I think they're avoiding the conflict. Looks like Gary and Dark and Stormy are going to be slowly backing out, trying to get their way into the zone there. So K-Sun now moving in. They're still in the UAT. Going to be very interesting to see. Oh, they don't push the bridge. Okay, they might be looking for a boat as an alternative route, thinking they might be getting jacked here. Or perhaps trading out for the Dacia. Can't quite tell what's going through their mind right now, but you can see that the UAZ is slightly damaged. Extrude NZ in contact right now. You can see Happy No VT's there as well. He's down to about 5% health. And it looks like DGNZ just took out Happy No VTs. And Shred killed Extrude. So those two boys knocked out of the competition with 34 players left alive. As we jump on board with DGNZ now. Looking from his perspective. We're on the south side of the map. He's in between Shred, Uncry, and that's the No Joke Esports team. Shout out No Joke Esports. Those are my boys. Tez. And also with Tez, you can see he's with Vin V, if I haven't butchered his name. So nice and safe in this defilator, actually. It's a very good cover that they got here. As we jump aboard with Smiles, he's picking up the other Smiles. 8 seconds left on the revive. Looks like the helmet, typically in this situation, saved lives. Down to 10%, trying to get himself back up in time. Closest contact is going to be Zoid, because Bouncy Butts is getting right out of there. I think Zoid now in the opposite direction they're heading. Getting eyes on Cozy. 2 shots pop off. A little bit of blood getting sprayed from the passenger seat. Cozy going down. Car 98. Zoid getting very confident. Gets that kill. No, it was Cozy with a nice wide angle there. Getting wrecked with the Scar L by 1793. The Uncry and Shred in contact with Squirtle right now. And Tez and DGNZ getting in very close proximity to the next contact. Joshi and Provoke now moving in from the northeast. Blackout and Snapshot now coming in. K-Sun still very far out. On board with Shred right now. And Uncry, these boys are in a lot of contact. I don't know what's going on with the map. Unfortunately, it looks like it's not giving us the ideal perspective here. So I'll go back out in the third person. Until it's going to stop clipping through the ground so that we can actually see who they're shooting at. Jump on board with Uncry. Get his perspective here. See what he's engaging. Looks like they're pretty clear at the moment. They just got to watch out for the circle coming in. Putting a bit of pressure on them. Lynxie and Subslayer. They're pincered in a very bad position right now. I think Snapshot might be the one to watch here. Got him right to the line of sight. Lynxie going down. 3 or 4 shots popping up. 5 shots now into Subslayer. Subslayer at half HP. Lynxie's about to go down for the count and he's out. Scorp coming over the hill. Might try and get Scorp's perspective here. He's got eyes on the boys from Team Tar Hit. Pat moving over the crest towards the guys from... Looks like they're slightly... Yes, slightly to the east of them. Down the death lane. Snapshot and Blackout. Shots coming in. These shots are ran in from Smiles and Smiley Face. I can't change perspective. As I mentioned, there is a bug with the camera ability to be able to maneuver once someone is healing. But we'll get back on board with Smiley Face. Was putting a few rounds down range. Smiles pushing up on a very hard flank. He was getting very close proximity. 5 players within about 50 meters distance of one another right now, and it looks like Smiles is going to be able to make the biggest impact in this situation on his flank. Snapshot now gets Pat just in sight. Taking a lot of damage here. Scorp putting a bit of pressure on. Tagging up Snapshot to go back for a reverse angle. Going to get on board with Scorpion once the medkit's finished. Oh no, Snapshot getting put down by Patsan. So a bit of pressure there by Pat as Blackout NZ goes for the wide flank right side. Coming up on the west-northwest. We've lost that angle again. New bugs here with the spectator cam. Looks like Snapshot and Blackout NZ going down for the count. Some of the stronger players we saw in the early respective games of their division in Bandana Division on PUBG OCE actually going out before the final 10, unfortunately. Smiley Face put on the pressure. Oh, negative. No, he's pushing out. Although Scorp is going to get them in eyesight. If they don't get too greedy here and look for the corpses, which they are doing, they're going to miss out on a valuable kill here. I think Smiley has his wits with him. I think he knows. He's getting intel, valuable intel by the sound of it from Smiles. Zoid mate now in contact going down. Sorry, V1793 finally got a kill on Test Troy with the M249 saw. So Zoid getting picked up now. Down to 5% health. That's going to make an impact in the final part of the game. Patsan Scorpion back in contact with Smiley Face. Patsan making a push as Scorpion goes for a right side flank. Very, very low health. Don't know if this is going to be a very good distraction here. Smiley Face going to put the pressure on. Going for the peaks. Sporadic fire coming out from Patsan. Smiley Face knocking out the M16. You can see Scorpion right now putting that pressure on, but getting hit from the flank left side. Shoot from Smiley Face. Now, he's well within the circle, so this is going to be advantage to the boys from Team Tahit. See, Zoidmate now pushing Extreme 2G and peeking. Extreme 2G down, bleeding out. Peeking very close quarters. Zoidmate getting him. Putting him down. 2G and Pekin out for the count with 7 players left alive. Smiley Face pushing north on the circle. And you see Joshy and who's his teammate? Provoke still slowly but surely making their way in. Not really with the situational awareness on where their current closest enemies are. You see Smiley Face pushing outside that circle. Might have been a mistake here. Jeez, he cut that close. Really wanted to get out there and get some loot. Perhaps he's very low on ammunition, but definitely some very spread teamwork. I can't switch on to Smiles until he's finished first aiding. Smiley Face finished first aiding, so one with Smiles. I think Smiles is feeding some intel. Zoid's in contact. Smiles probably looking to split some things up here. Zoid, 1793, getting very confident with their shots. And it looks like Smiles 91 is going to be pushing up. He's going to probably make a big upset here. If he can just take some action while these guys are in heavy contact, he could put a real upset in the final 5 left alive. Zoid taking some precaution, looking away from his last contacts as he took those guys out, provoking Joshy. Smiley Face probably trying to put on a distraction. It sounds like the comms are actually working, and by the look of things from what they're pressing on the map, Zoid and V1793 are shooting at Smiley Face. 1793 going down to Smiles. Zoid coming out. 1793 is down out for the count. That's going to put an upset here, putting Zoid by himself. Right behind some hard cover though. Probably a better bit of hard cover than what Smiles currently has. 2 shots hit the head, right on the helmet. Zoid trying to get behind a tree to the right side. Peeking out to the right side. Looking for a shot to the east. West to the east shooters. 20 left in the clip. On the M4, he's got a vertical grip on it to give him more stability if he goes for full auto, but Zoid just knocks out Smiles 91. Unfortunately, Smiley Face going to be split and left by himself far on the east side. It's a 1v1v1 situation right now, and the worst possible thing that could have happened has just happened. The game's just crashed again, unfortunately. So, my apologies. We'll try and get back into the game. I think we're even going to probably end up missing out on the scoreboard here, which will be the most unfortunate thing. That was probably going to be the highlight of the entire night right there with the 1v1 situation with everyone being split up. Unfortunate, very unfortunate. I hope that these issues of stability are able to be increased. It's just very frustrating. I hope these guys are able to buy a little bit of time until we get back into the game. If they are able to condense the circle, it's going to be a miracle, because for you guys to miss out on that, it's going to be very upsetting. I'm so disappointed to see that that's happened. Let's get back in. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. Pray to the gods of PUBG that this is still going. It says the game's still in session. We can only hope. We can only hope. Oh dear, it's still going. It's Zoid and Smiley Face. Luckily, we get back in time. Smiley Face, health completely depleted, but he's got himself first AG, pulls out, and it goes to Smiley Face. The guys from Team Tahit have done it again, guys. They've done it again. Oh, that is incredible. from what the worst possible thing that could have happened could have been was for us to drop out in those final 3. We've still managed to come back in and see the final results there. And that was a very good result. See Smiley Face pick up with a first aid kit. Sorry, a medical kit. I believe it's medical kit. Full health to medical kit. Pop out of the tree on the peak. Take the advantage on the peak and put down Zoid. Zoid making a very aggressive push there. Probably very confident with the low amount of health for what he would have put out down range onto Smiles. And Smiley Face, these guys taking up the number 1 slot. Just got to remember while I'm here, I'm going to take myself a screenshot of the scoreboard. Make sure that we don't miss anything just in case the game does have another unfortunate crash. And mate, we'll be back within the next 10 minutes and we'll have round 2 kicking off. So from those results, Smiley and Smiles guys from Team Tahit taking out the win there. 8 kills between them. So you got to remember, for 5 kills for a team, that's a team additional 2 points, and for every kill that's 2 points. So that's going to put them even further ahead in that gap. There is a 9 kill count that they've got there for 1793 and Zoid, mate. DK Jeem coming in and with Coolhouse in 3rd. Wouldn't have predicted that, to be honest. Those guys definitely underdocking the position that they got there. And Provoke and Joshy playing it safe on the outside, northern side of the circle. Pekin, Extreme 2G coming in 5th. Patsan, Scorp, Vinny, Destroy, Shred, Uncry from No Joke Esports, NZ, Snapshot, Blackout, NZ coming in 9th. And then our final on the top 10 leaderboard, K-Sun and Nick 101. Congratulations to you guys for getting into the top 10 there. Solid effort. Huge effort by the final 3. And solid effort by PUBG.exe for getting us back in to see that final kill. And I couldn't have prayed for anything better there in that situation. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back soon with round 2. I will be monitoring the chat. If there are any criticisms, I will take note of that. I did see that you guys wanted to see a little bit more of the gunfire, and I am going to be getting a better handle on the spectating and the casting side of things. So we'll be back soon, guys. See you in a moment. I'm seeing you guys wanted me to scroll the board. Sorry, I'm still here. I'm reading the chat. So we'll just go through from 11 back up to 36. You see Chillville, Bouncy Butts, 3 kills between them. 12th place Subslayer, Lynxy getting 1 kill between them. Traz and Yazukage, 13. Number 14, Prej and Archie, 24. DGNZ and Coffin, Squirtle and... Well, they got 3 kills between them, actually. Squirtle, Evo, 3 kills between them. So Matic, Cozy, no kills, unfortunately. Cozy, one of the stronger players in CGL. So a little bit of a disappointing result there, I suppose, for the fans, because I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Cozy. And I was probably expecting bigger things. So maybe it's just the RNG coming into play there. Hopefully, better luck next game, Cozy. Dark and Stormy, AK-47, Gary. Didn't work out for them with that push there of the bridge, but they got 18th. Edge, Oz, and Champs. These guys coming in 19th. Very, very separated and very... What's the word I'm looking for? It's very sporadic with the kills on the leaderboard, and then as we come down, it just trickles down a lot lower. We were looking at Edge, so Extrude NZ having OVTs, 20th, 21st, Shocks Index, 22nd, Neezy Navoj. I need to get a drink here, my throat's going dry. Got Grumps, Mickey Sickies, I hope I pronounced that right, for 23rd. 1 kill for JCW42 and Dat coming in 24th. VFox solo play. Unfortunately, hopefully your teammate turns up for next round. 25th on the board. Mozart, Bov Bork, 26th. And Team 762, Nutshot and Luke Ultra coming in at 27th with 1 kill on the board. XPLL or XPill, XFear, 28th. Loco AU, Bazooks, 29. 30 is Big Buds and Zapruda. Sticks and Stones, All Grunts, I believe they're from the Aegis 7 community. They have come in at 31st. P for Potato, Policeman, Ren, Ghost Kid, and Biffstar. These guys all coming in at the end of the leaderboard. Unfortunately for Biffstar, I did get a message that his teammate had dropped right before we had locked out to start. So hopefully better results for the guys and better connectivity for these guys next round. We'll be back soon, and we'll see you for round 2.
not leave me. I love you. I hate you. I love you.
I hate you.
I love you. Hate you. Love you. Love you. Love you. Hate you. Love you. Hate you. Love you. Hate. 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 Love you. If you leave, I will. Better yet, I will kill you. Kill you. Kill you. Kill you. Kill you. Kill you. Kill you.
What the f was that? What do you want to hear repeatedly on the radio this year?
Something that sounds like the music I already listened to, but with different words.
Dunno really. Oh, if it's on, I'll listen to it. Loud guitars, tattoos, anything else is a bonus.
Well, it's pretty good, but you know, I'd need to ask my friends what they think first.
Pardon me, I had my microphone muted, guys. I have upped the volume a little bit for you guys, so hopefully it is a little bit more clear. You can hear the calls a little bit more concise as well. Nutshot, Subslayer, Grumps, Luke Ultra, JCW42, Linksy, and Shocks all moving off to the west side above the Sunken City, Nor-West. You've seen Navoj, Neezy, Mickey Sickies and Zeke over Severny. Probably going to have some contention between Severny and the shooting range area. Mickey Sickies looking closer to go to the compound, just to the north, probably about 400 meters above the shooting range itself. We can see Blackout NZ, New Zealand Snapshot, DK Game, and Cool Haas going to Yasnaya. Linksy, Happy, Extrude, Index, Archer, Bifstar, Shocks and Smiley, all around school, Rozok, XPLL, Xfear, Rengod, Bundy Mate, Edge, all around the intermediate area between Pachinki and also school. And we can see Grumps already found himself a vehicle. Blackout, NZ, DK Game, those boys are still spread out a little bit. Looking over at Smiley Face here. Now he's spread quite a bit. Is he actually with his teammate? No, he's not. Jeez, these guys are really far between from one another. Is this a new strat they're going to be trying out? We can see Zoidmate over here has got himself a Darcy as well, early game. Baxterix got himself a Uzi, but no ammo. It's good to see Baxterix in because he's playing with his teammate VFox, who made it solo over from the closing zones to the final areas on the Sosnovka military island all by himself, playing solo last game. So hopefully with the aid of his teammate, things can happen here. Looks like Zoid, Joshy getting in very close proximity to one another. Not too much to see there. On board with Vinny now. Close behind, Joshy, Vinny. Oh, we can see Baxter popping off a few shots now. With VFox. So VFox a little bit more confident now that he's got his teammate on board with him. Trying to find any more areas at the moment that are in high contention. Probably between Pachinki and School is going to be a little bit of contention there. Bouncy Butts, Zapparuda. These guys now in very, very slight contact with one another. We can get a better angle on where they're actually fighting from. It looks like Zapparuda and Big Bud's shooting down to the east from inside some hard cover. Or Zapparuda at least on the roof. Jumping off. Big risky jump there. Interested in getting inside some hard cover now. Okay, so didn't want to be so exposed. We'll jump on board with his teammate Big Buds, who's got the ACOG on an M4 by the look of things. And I think that Bouncy Butts has actually moved out to cover. So it looks like Chillville's gone down, which is going to play a big impact later in the game. They're so far already outside of... Geez, what have they got? About 500 meters to cover of open ground here. So it's going to make a big difference if they get stuck in the open ground with that one DBNO already counting. But it looks like Chillville and Bouncy trying to push. Zapparuda and Big Buds now trying to find a flank here. Can't really see any other critical action happening, so we're going to stay zoomed in on these boys. Big Buds with the ACOG. Gets Chillville in sight. Patience, patience. Looking for that perfect shot. Going to go for center of mass. He does go center of mass. Trailing just behind by a little bit. Trying to compensate here, as we can see Chillville going down behind one of those... Oh, would you call it a pylon? A bollard? Concrete barrier. Now he's running out, heading south, trying to get inside of the warehouse, which he does. Gets himself into some hard cover. So Chillville Bouncy Butts essentially continuing to move south-southeast. Staying out of contention there. Still a lot of players in very close proximity between the Ruined Sunken City, School and Rozok. We can see no VTs, Extrude, Subslayer all in very close proximity to one another. XPLL and Fear pretty good on School, keeping themselves well in tow. And who have we got over here? Looks like we have a disconnected player, unfortunately. Somatic just killed Orgrunt. See if I can find where Somatic is. Dak, looks like Dak's in contact at the moment. And they might have taken a bit of fall damage there. I am struggling to find the boys that were just in that last firefight. So, my apologies. I wanted to get in there as quick as I possibly could so we don't miss any action for you guys. Look at this drop here. Right smack bang in the middle of the zone, or just left of center of the zone. Nutshot AU, Mickey Sickies, and Smiley. So the guys from Team Tahit, 762, all in the same area. But looks like Luke and Nutshot happy to loot in that particular part of Georgia Pole on the northwest side of town. They're going to be coming into a choke point somewhere between Grumps and Smiley Face. I'm not sure if Grumps and Smiley actually know where one another is. It does look like, once we load back in here, it does look like Grumps... He's reloading. Okay, I was going to say, he looks like he's out of ammo, but as we jump on board, he's getting very close, within 100, 125 meters of Smiley Face. He's almost looking in the exact direction as if he has a feeling. You can see a car there, so perhaps Smiley Face coming up from the southwest, where he ended up landing southwest of the school, picking up his teammate from Team Tahit, and moved straight in with that Darcia, and now Grumps is aware that there is somebody else in that area. So, looks like Smiles potentially unaware of Grumps. He's watching in the direction of Grumps. I don't know, maybe these guys have already seen one another. The Blackout NZ. Snapshot NZ just killed Uncry from Team No Joke Esports. So that was a headshot with the M16. Jump on board with Snapshot. See from his perspective, they're just outside these double-story reds on the south side. I think Blackout's probably got the better angle on the forward push. So Shred gonna be playing by himself here from this last point of contact. Except Shred is pushed very far south. So they're looking for Uncry's teammate, which is Shred. We're on board with him right now. 400 meters approximately south-southwest of their current location. Interesting. Perhaps they were split up between the means of a couple of 100 meters, and that just left Uncry hanging out to dry, unfortunately, which can happen early stage of the game when you have to go far and far between to find that loot. Still nothing happening and popping off up here at Georgia Pole, even though it looked like it was almost a certainty for this sort of stuff to happen. We'll jump on with the X-ray vision and we'll see just how far away the boys are from one another. I think geez, they really don't have an idea. I don't think they have an idea of how how close they are to one another. Grumps and Smiley Face, they're within 100 meters almost. Take the perspective back a little bit closer to where Grumps is at. Back on with Smiley. So it's just literally 2 sets of houses, a row between one another. Game has definitely slowed down in the kill feed. Extreme 2G. Looks like he was taking a little bit of damage there, maybe a bit of falling damage. He was flashing on screen there for a sec. Still no contact between anyone right now. See Bouncy Butts and Big Buds in full control of the respective sides of the airfield at the moment. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Big Bud's teammate Zap Root has actually gone down, so it looks like Big Bud's on the exfiltration. Bovbork and Coffin starting to close in on one another. If they come towards this choke point, it might lead to a triple threat here with Big Bud's going to possibly be crossing over the Western Checkpoint Bridge. You can see Ren Dog, Bundy Mate. These guys are stuck between literally a rock and a hard place. Looking for the shot here. Pred jumps out. 2 shots on Pred, center of mass, with shots coming in from Beef Potato. And Beef Potato's teammate, geez, I'm going to have a bad time mentioning this one. Critical Motion, there we go. Critical Motion and Beef Potato putting some pressure on Bundy Mate. And that's going to leave Bundy Mate all by himself in this situation when he was trying to make a push on Prej and also on... Well, what is your teammate's name? Mikesy. There we go. So Bundy being left out of the contact there as Critical Motion starts moving up northwest, going on a flank around towards the bunker side of the shelter. Prej and the boys heading onto the crate by the looks of things. Crate doesn't look like it's been touched yet. You see Baxterix moving now. As I said, he was missing in the previous game, but Baxterix and VFox are definitely keeping it up together, which is giving, by the looks of things, VFox a little bit more confidence in the situation. He was in a fight or flight mode, taking flight most of the time last round, but we can see Smiley Face, just a little bit of energy drinking. Nutshot, he sees Nutshot and Luke Ultra. They are GTFO right now, heading out of Georgia as well. See Grumps putting the pressure on Smiley Face. Smile's getting out, Smile's going down. So the guys from Team Tar Hit getting taken down by Grumps all by himself on the far east side of Georgia Pole, with Mickey Sickies still on loot patrol. So a good play getting made there as the circle is actually closing in. They're about halfway between the current location of the circle and the end point, so they're going to have to cover a great deal of distance, somewhere between the probably 2.5 to 3 kilometers, I believe. As you can see, no VTs. If I can just select no VTs here. Not letting me get on board with him, unfortunately. See if we can try again. There we go. Nah, it doesn't want to work for us. I'm trying to see what's going on with Champs and no VTs. There we go. We get on board with Champs. He's got the Car 98K. VT's trying to do the survival dance. It's working for him. Still not popping up in the kill feed here yet. He's pincered at the moment. Extrude NZ, Zeke. Putting some pressure on. It's a triple threat. It's a quadruple threat. Nutshot AU just drops Luke Ultra as Champs gets him knocked out with a headshot from the UMP9. Jumping on board with Champs. He's got shots on approximately 3 players within a probably about 90-degree view of his sights. You can see with the X-ray vision exactly where no VTs is, as Edge is pushing on Luke Ultra to finish him off, and Edge gets him with the M16 over to the right side there at somewhere between, I think, 165, 195 degrees. You can see these boys over here in the Death Lad, Extrude NZ, and no VTs. Okay, so no VTs still alive, but he's pushed far. Got a road between 200 meters. Perhaps Extrude can put some pressure on if Champs and Edge from MF decide that they want to try and get that conversion on that kill on no VTs, but I don't think VTs is in a very good position here. He's taken about 10-15% damage, but he does have Extrude putting some bullets down range. Working as a good flank here. Edge is going down. Let him bleed out because you're going to get the kill, but he capitalizes on that and gets the final with the AKM. So it looks like Champs is going to be stuck inside that cover now, and it's worked out against him. Playing very aggressive this early on in the match is going to actually cost you quite a lot, especially when you're looking to get inside the zone in the middle of a gunfight. And with that said, we can see, looks like Pred and, or Pred J, I don't want to butcher any more names tonight, I apologize guys, Pred and Mikey, they were the closest in on the crate. I'd like to see what they've got in tow in their inventory. Looks like a Tommy gun, so not a very well paid off crate, unless Mikey himself has actually got something in tow as well. Sorry, I was watching Mikey, let's jump on board with Prej. What has he got? Nothing too special, over, under, and a micro Uzi as well. So it looks like Tommy gun's what came out of that. Bazooks, if I'm not mistaken, he's in contact. His teammate Loco's just gone down. So Bundy, did I just see Bundy AU just went down there to Bazooks, if I'm not mistaken? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, in the chat. I'm only about 2 minutes behind. I can catch up with you. See JCW42. He's been DBNO'd. Baxterix and V-Fox are just driving around like crazy this game. Definitely more confidence for Baxterix. Sorry, for V-Fox now that Baxterix is in joining him. So that's good to see that they're making the maneuvers that they are at the moment. Now taking a lot of contact, very close to shooting Scorp as well as Patsan. They're on the wrong side of the house to try and take cover. Do not push out that way, Baxtrix. This is not going to work out for you. As we can see V-Fox now getting into hard cover. Baxtrix has got his backside exposed, but only DK is really going to be his biggest threat in this particular situation. Patsan possibly got shots on eyes on to the east. V-Fox with a grenade looking to frag it through the window. I think those bars are just going to deflect it. Baxterix got eyes on looking to get that shot through the window there. I might just tag up Patsan now, and I'm going to tag up Baxterix as well, put him on number 1. So we're going to switch between 1 and 2 here to see if Baxterix can get himself a shot. We can see Scorp in the window backing off a little bit further towards the north side. Patsan trying to come back for more. Possibly trying to get a bit greedy here. I think they should play defensively because these guys have managed to outmaneuver them when they were stuck on the wrong side of the building. You see Patsan taking some shots inbound from V-Fox. Baxterix putting some shots out. V-Fox get Patsan in his sights again. Just things are getting tight here. V-Fox just knocked out Scorp. Patsan going for the revive. And we can see Baxterix now trying to push. Probably going to try and capitalize on here. I don't think it's going to go undeflected by the bars. Guys got to remember those bars can have a negative impact on those grenades that you're trying to be putting out here. Back on board with Patsan. Looks like he's got the confidence now to try and get that that re-up on his partner. Well, I was going to switch to V-Fox, but again, with the bug for medical, I can't change out from this perspective while they are in treat. So we're just going to have to sit here and watch as Patsan revives. Now, trying to get on board with V-Fox. If it will let me, I suppose I'm just going to have to tab out here and try and jump on. There we go. I'm going to tag V-Fox up. And unfortunately, we've got another crash. Back in a moment, we'll get this stream going. We'll get back straight into the action. I'm not actually sure if it's got much to do with the tagging up and splitting between players, because you can control group players. And the last time that actually happened, I do remember I was trying to control group on these players. So I think I might try and avoid that for the latter half of tonight's events. We're just going to try and get back in as quickly as we can. My apologies, guys. Trying to do the best we can here with what we have available. The spectator view, admittedly, by the developers, it's not perfect. Not as intuitive as I would like to have it, but we're working with it, and for what we can do with it, I think we're putting out some pretty good quality tonight. Let us know what you think, if there's anything that can be improved. But as far as the crashes, I mean, yeah, I suppose it all just comes down to the optimization that we have and the hardware that we're using. And the hardware's, we got some pretty good hardware here. It's just unfortunate that we're not able to get a direct result from the crash log. Relaunching into the game now, so it won't be too long. This will give me an opportunity to clear my throat. I'm quite parched at the moment. Here we go. We're back on board. So look what Mickey Sickies is up to. If the gods of PUBG will allow. Like Shred, still by himself there in the far northeast. Oh dear, this this rendering is definitely causing some issues tonight. So Mickey Sickies and Grumps, not too far away. northwest, down a defilade over the other side of the hill, approximately 120 to 150 meters away. And they are breaking away following down route of the road. Shred, it looks like he's got eyes on. He must have seen them push them out from contact. They are going to stay within the zone. Blackout NZ. Snapshot kills Case up with a scar. Nick going down as well. For the NZ boys, Blackout and Snapshot putting in some work again tonight as Cozy starts coming in closer to the... Not making it inside of the zone, unfortunately. He's going to bleed out here very quickly. Somatic. Probably unable to get past that defilade with Extrude and no VTs putting the pressure on him. Somatic going for a smoke. It is still early days. Not going to chunk too much of their health, but they're going to have to stop this push. Unfortunately, I was going to do some quick switching between them, but I just want to be certain. I just want to be certain that that's not what's causing the crashes. So I'm not going to I'm going to manually switch between players. It's going to be a little bit more awkward, but oh no, this push is going to work on them. They're going to see these two boys sitting down here in treat. Extrude's got eyes on. He's going with a frag grenade over the assault rifle. Over assaulting in full auto with the UMP. I think it would have been a smart decision, but I suppose being inside of the zone, they can play a little bit more conservatively. Somatic behind some hard cover here. Very difficult in the first person perspective to be able... Oh no! Trying to push down a lower flank as no VTs are inside of... I call it the cup building. Some people call it the Harry Potter Tower. I think it looks like a coffee cup. And I think Somatic and Cozy have actually gotten themselves into a so cozy position, I would say. Looking at the kill feed, we see JCW just killed Extreme 2G with a headshot. So we can see Scorp and VFox still in very close proximity. These guys are still going at it. We just left them before the stream had, before the game had crashed. The stream's still been up. It looks like Patsan, Scorp, and VFox all still alive. Biffs for the guys from PUBG OCE admin team. Are just going ham, drifting on the snake bends as they come in very close proximity to VFox, Scorp, and Patsan. As Blackout NZ, they're all converging on the same trajectory right now. We're just going to jump out here and have a look at this view. You can see, I think it's Biff that's in the back with him just chilling there. He's like, come on, man, you got to get us to the building a little bit faster. He's not even poking his head out to try and suppress or throw some shots back. So very, very comfortable in his current position. These shots coming in right now, looks like it was Traz. Right up behind him, putting both down right now. Archer getting down and then killed and finished. Very difficult situation. Champs, Blackout, Snapshot. Some of the stronger players in the server, all in very close proximity. Again, this is what we like to see. We can see Grumps, Mickey Sickies, Extrude, NZ, and also Critical Motion in very close proximity to one another. There's a lot of fights going on. If only I could pull up simultaneous fights, just so I could show you guys everything that's happening at the same time. Beef Potato, very reluctant to take the shot there. Having no VTs, getting center of mass, hit from the neck down. Now going for the neck up to try and finish him off. VT's getting wrecked by, by Beef Potato with the M416 as his teammate Extrude's moving around on the northwest side, trying to figure out where those shots just came in from. Putting him in a very peculiar situation, trying to figure out how he let the teammate down. I think he was trying to cover from the south, but there was nobody there. You can see Mickey Sickies and Grumps now making a push because they've seen that Beef Potatoes and Critical Motion have exposed themselves, letting the location be known, and unbeknownst to them, they're going to be pushing in from the north side of the log cabins. In Grumps' perspective now, we're just going to come past. You can see Beef Potato taking a couple of shots down range. Grumps got the Scar L with a 4x scope. Just can't see Beef Potato's head there. Beef Potato going back down for a southeasterly flank. Mickey Sickies got the same idea as Beef Potato, bandaging up. And I think we can see Extrude slowly but surely flanking and staying inside the zone. He's still around that cup there. I can't change angle right now while they're using the meds. I was about to try and change it out again. We can see Index all by himself with 41 players still left alive. Index trying to use the undulated ground and also grass for his cover. So definitely trying to play for points by the look of things, because I think Index is all by himself right now. You can see Big Buds killing a Loco with a headshot from the M416, and I think Big Buds is representing his team by himself because Zap Ruder's gone down. Cozy still in the game, not far away from Big Buds. Cozy and Somatic, they can make a push here and capitalize on this. Big Buds gets himself an AWM, perhaps trying to reload. Doesn't look like he's got any ammo right now, so I think he's just picked it up off that body trying to loot. Big Bud's now going to be starting to follow the circle down to the west, south and west. Mickey Sicky's in contact. He's at 10% health or less right now. Bandaging. I would switch perspectives. Unfortunately, using medical supplies can't do it right now. We're trying to figure out what Grumps is doing as he's making his push. And he's... Looks like Grumps actually killed Critical Motion. And P for Potato finally... No, sorry. Critical Motion was DBNO. P for Potato taking the last win there. Index still holding on that position on the right side of the... Sorry, actually north now of the current play zone. Scorp, V-Fox, and Patsan. These guys are in a Mexican standoff. Oh man, if there was a way to what do you call it, onomatopoeia when you type how something sounds, Mexican standoff sound, if you guys could spam that in the chat, it'd be like... I don't know how you'd type that, but that's what it is right now. These guys are just going at it. I don't know if they had a siesta somewhere in between there, but they're all still alive. I think the smartest thing for them to do is just cover their doors and keep their buildings completely covered as best as they can. But they just keep trying to take pot shots at one another. You can see Scorp now holding the Car 98. Got a 4x scope on it. He's at a disadvantage actually, even though I don't think that's a player. I think that's just a hole in the... Yeah, it's an impact hole from the shot. But he's at a disadvantage because his feet are going to be showing. That's what he doesn't realize in this situation. The angle that he's taking is going to actually put him at a disadvantage. Traz moving in. They are in a building on the same MSR, south side of the road, next to Blackout and Snapshot NZ. You can see Mikesy in close proximity to... Oh no, Mikey actually going down to Champs. Champs from MF putting on the pressure right now. Predge by himself. Don't know what happened with the camera angle there. We'll just go inside. We'll try and shoot this from a different angle. I think Champ's going in, moving upstairs, looking for an angle on Predge, but I think Predge is playing his cards right here. He knows he's on the outside of the zone. He's got to stay in hard cover, keep himself concealed. There is nobody out to the west, but you can see Blackout, NZ, Traz, Yazoo, Kage, and Snapshot all in very close proximity to one another. I'm finding it very difficult to speak here. Just give me one sec. Ah, that really hits the spot. Speaking of V, isn't that a coincidence? V1793, we're going to jump on board with him right now. He's chilling at the moment with Zoid in this defilade. Sticks and Stones moving in and Bovbork coming in. Very similar angles, but very different vehicles. Xphere and XPLL just on the outside of the circle. Cozy and Somatic spread out. 300 meters almost distance between one another. Scorp, Patsan, VFox, Backstrix still going at it. Index has now moved closer south from his last position, still alive. Looks like Sticks and Stones just died, possibly from jumping out of the boat. V1793 and Zoid putting the pressure on there. 1793 knocking out Squirtle with the M16. Somatic was knocked outside of the play zone. We can see him just here outside to the east of his teammate Cody's position. Mickey Sicky's now in contact with XPL going down with the Scar L. Mickey Sicky's getting killed by XPLL. Sorry, I've read that wrong. Mickey Sicky's killing XPLL with a headshot, finishing off Xphere's teammate right there, taking up some cover in that FB shot. Coolhass and DK chilling at the moment, not too far up from Navoj. Navoj just got that res. Him and his team going to need a push up here. Probably going to run into contact somewhere between V1793 and Zoid and Coolhass and DK game. It's not going to work out for them in my opinion, but it looks like the stronger positions are now being held on the south side of the map. It's really going to come down to where the circle goes in this position. I don't think that that Zoid and V1793, Navoj, Coolhass and DK Game have a very good positioning if they're going to be pushing into the circle, only based on the fact that they're going to be coming into contact with one another and that they're going to be coming in with contact from the north side between 3 different houses. And I think VFox, Backstrix, Patsan and Scorp are still in contact with one another. They still are, and they're still pushing at it. Meanwhile, V1793 engaging DK Game there as they're trying to cross the road, which is going to open them up only to the guys from the south. Now, Voj actually going to get eyes here on... can't really switch over. Again, using meds. We jump on board with Navoj now. I think he's got eyes on both. Definitely heard Zoid and 1793 making those shots from that high ground over that defilade. We can still see Scorp, Patsan, VFox, Backstrix going out as Grumps is coming in, making his way on a push. This is going to upset the dynamic. There are 3 houses that can be utilized in this situation though. So it is a possibility that we're going to have 3 teams between 3 different houses, which is exactly what's just happened. Grumps has got it. Mate, go and get yourself a lottery ticket because you just picked the luckiest house you could have gotten into right now. Mickey Sicky's starting to come up. If Mickey Sicky's going to try to do something clever here, he's probably going to get hurt. There is a small shed that can be utilized in this situation, but between these 3 houses... there is only one place that he can go and be safe. Jump on board with Scorp. Scorp trying to engage the guys in the house to the south. VFox and Baxterix. Mickey Sicky's moving up now. This is a triple threat. And we got another triple threat to the south. As Predge is now moving in on one of the contended buildings. It looks like he's going to come into very close proximity and avoiding the contact. A lot of these guys are probably going to need to buy themselves a Saturday night lottery ticket tomorrow, I think. Because I have not seen this much close proximity play without anybody getting wrecked for it. As we can see, Zoid knocked out Dak with a headshot there. V1793 and Zoid moving in. Cool Hass coming in close in the crate. They're about to come into visual contact to one another. Cool Hass getting the drop on V1793, gets him out with the AKM at close proximity. Zoid moving in to try and capitalize the situation. I think Cool Hass might get it. Cool Hass just gets Zoid. Zoid getting put down. The underdog takes him out right on top of the crate position. We can see 4 players, 5 players, 6 players in very close proximity on the houses to the left side of where Traz's current location is on the south side of the MSR, which is going to put VFox Baxterix, Mickey Sickies, Grumps, also Scorp and Patsan out of contention from being able to run across that valley into the zone. And it looks like Traz and Yazakage are now the best contenders at the moment for the current zone. VFox getting knocked by Grump with the Scar-L. Can't make it for cover behind that tire of that the Winnebago, for lack of a better description. Grumps, Baxterix in very close competition. Grumps got himself the hard cover here, but the advantage is probably going to go to Baxterix if he was to stay close to the house. Looks like Grumps managed to get away with that just on base sheer luck. And Scorp and Pats are staying in very good cover right now. I think they've done the cards. Sorry, I think they've played their cards right by not pushing too hard. Not the best angles we saw in their engagements they took there, but by not pressing out of the building too quickly, they've opened Mickey Sickies and Grumps up to take a more of an uncomfortable position. Trying to see who's firing here so we can get in on some of this gunfire. Looks like Mini Gorofin outside of the zone, taking 5% health every second. Shots incoming. He's running, holding the UMP in tow, silenced. We can see Dak with, JCW 42. And Dak held up behind some hard cover. And I think Grumps just took out Index with the Scar. Taking some shots incoming now. Mickey Stickies as well. The zone's going to be closing in on these guys. And they're too focused on the engagement right now. No name. Looks like it's just turned into a complete shit fight right now, guys. Outside of the south-southwest of the circle. 2 teams pressing Cool Hass, Yazakage, Traz. Moving towards the cup right now. Traz might be able to defend and stop from Cool Hass pushing up the window. Unfortunately, unable to do it. They make the call right now. Looks like Traz in a lot of trouble, but because that door was open up on the ground level at the... Oh, geez, the word I'm looking for is the ground side of that door. It opened and exposed Traz's legs. And NZ Snapshot, one of the stronger players here in the game, in the leagues at the moment, not going to be able to make it in. No, I gotta eat my words. This man looks like he is just made of HP. Lives and breathes bullets. He's on such low health here. Not much that he can do, but he does get the knock right now on Traz. Puts himself into a safe position, and all that's going to do for him is give him an advantage of getting medical supplies. Dak in a good position now with his teammate JCW42. Scorp, last one left out of that trinity of hate that was being held up on those buildings. Yazukage now getting himself open up. Pincid, 1 level below from New Zealand Snapshot. JCW just killed Scorp. Now that's coming from the high ground, which takes away the threats from New Zealand Snapshot having an advantage here on Yazakage, which means it can be difficult for him to get a push. He could have gone for a push in the middle of that gunfight and got himself into the zone here, but you're looking at a 1v1v4. If I bring up the player list, we've got JCW42, Dak on the left side, jumping on board with Dak now with 8 times on his M16. He's looking for Yazakage, probably not knowing that NZ Snapshot is inside that building. If Snapshot plays his cards right here and flanks around to the west-northwest side, he might be... Oh, no, I think he's been seen. Oh, right on the neck. Right on the neck. He's got a neck made out of granite. NZ Snapshot getting Yazakage, getting some points here for his team. Probably not going to be able to make this placement because of the zone. And JCW, 42, 4 kills on the board. Dak, solid 3 kills. These guys have managed to make their way in and place in first. We got NZ Snapshot, Blackout, NZ taking second place. Before I continue, I'm going to make sure I get these snapshots of NZ and Blackout and the rest of the boys for the scoreboard to be updated for you guys. And I will make sure that I scroll as I do copy and paste these over for the admins to update scores. I will go through the list as I make the next snapshot. So Patsan, Scorp, the guys that were holding that triple threat there inside of that main northern compound, they came in 4th. Only one kill each, putting 2 between them. We got Ghost Kid and Mini Gorofin. I didn't get to see very much of them, and I think it's because they avoided a lot of contact. You didn't see much of them flashing on the map when I was looking for the gunfight. So Ghost Kid, Mini Gorofin coming in 5th. Ghost Kid putting in some of the work, and Cool Hass DK Game. I'm never going to be able to pronounce that because he's got some of the worst possibly pronounceable letters in such close proximity to one another, but I hope I'm not butchering it too much. In 6th, No Name and Bovbort coming in 7th, Grump Mickey Sickies in 8th, Champs Edge Oz from MF coming in 9th, so maintaining a position on the leaderboard for the top 10, and Mike Z and Pred J. Pred, can you just let me know how to pronounce that phonetically, because I feel like I'm butchering it, finalising our top 10. So Shocks Index coming in 11th, Shred Uncry from No Joke Esports in 12th, Navoj Neezy in 13th. We got V Fox and Baxterix. These guys were in that triple threat with, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was Grumps, Mickey Sickies, it was also Pats Unscorp, and these guys Shred and V Fox and Baxterix in that triple threat. Zoidmate 1793 going down on the southwest side near that container in the final 3 circles. XPLL, Xfear 2 kills between their team at 16. Somatic and Cozy again with 0 kills. One of the stronger players I would have expected to see him really wrecking things. It's definitely a different dynamic with duos than it is with squads. So perhaps the utilization of communication might be having an effect there. Be interesting to know what his perspective on that would be. Squirtle 93, Evolved Evo 8, 1 kill between them at 18th. Sticks and Stones and Orgrunt from Aegis 7. Thanks for correcting me there in the chat earlier, guys. DGNZ Coffin coming in 20th, and we got Big Buds Zap Ruda at 21st. Gonna just get another snapshot from a 21st and update the scores again. Bear with me, guys. So from 21st down, we got Big Bud, Zapruda, Extrude NZ, Happy No VTs. 23rd, Peep Potato. We saw Peep put in a lot of work there at the end with Critical Motion. I hate the way you spelled that. It really trips me out every time I open my mouth to try and pronounce that. Loca AU and Bazooks, 3 kills between them at 24th. Bouncy Butts, Chillville. Bouncy Butts, shout out to Bouncy Butts and his team and Ziggo for helping out with making things run smoothly for us with the preliminary setup for the servers tonight. Really appreciate it, guys. Archer and Biffster going down, unfortunately, there at the double red. I think it was from Snapshot, and oh, guys, you're gonna have to correct me. It actually wasn't from Snapshot. Someone else had crept up on them and taken down as they hit that Dacia right against the east side of the building. Pekin Extreme 2G 27th, Joshy and Provoke. I know I'm pronouncing that right at 28th. AK47 Gary, Dark and Stormy, K-Sun Nick. No kills between them. Bundy Mate, Rend God X at 31st. Nutshot Luco from Team 762. No kills between them. Lower on the scoreboards, these guys are pretty strong players in the CGL and also in each respective class, solo, duo, and squads on the leaderboard. So very interesting results there for those guys. Zeke coming in as solo, 34. Lost his teammate by the look of things for this round. Smiles and Smiley Face going out early, unfortunately. I think it might be time to sub in ball bags, guys. We've got Subslayer, Linksy, Testo, 10RG, and Vinny finalising the players on the board for us tonight. I'm just going to double check where I'm at. I'm up to number 30 with the scores. Going to make the last snapshot, and we are going to be back within the next probably 10 minutes or so. Hopefully we can get things moving nice and smoothly for you guys the next 10 or so minutes as we go on to round 3 for the night, for our final game for the night. So thanks, bear with us. We'll be back soon.
Shadows fall over my heart. I black out the moon. I wait for you to come around. You got me dancing in the dark. I close my eyes, but I won't sleep tonight. Baby, you should come with me. I'll take you to the dark side. Me and you and me, do bad things in the nighttime. Baby, you should come with me, and we can kill the lights, hit the lights, let it black out, hit the lights, let it black out. Blackbird, black moon, black sky, black light, black everything, black heart, black keys, black diamonds, black out, black everything, black everything, all black, everything, all black, everything, all black, everything, black. Nocturnal state of mind, children of the night, but it's the only way of life. It's black holes pulling me inside of this black heart, the black soul underneath this black sky. Baby, you should come with me. I'll take you to the dark side. Me and you and me, do bad things in the nighttime. Come with me, and we can kill the lights, hit the lights, let it black out, hit the lights, let it black out,
Welcome back. We're about to start up round number 3 of the ESU Invitational of the OCE. Just going to move away a little from this gunfire in the background. Currently, our leaders at the moment on the board is Team Flying High. New Zealand Snapshot, Blackout NZ, Looms 1H. Round 1, they placed 9th. Round 2, they placed 2nd. Victory points 285 on the board, kill points 38, putting them at a total score of 323 at the beginning of round 3, as we're about to jump in right now. Planes coming in now from the northwest, or I would say, yeah, northwest of Zaki, just above Zaki. Is beelining it right towards Sosnovka again. So perhaps we're going to see another drop there in Novoprinoy and also in Sosnovka military base. As we can see Somatic, Allgrunt, Cozy, Allgrunt's still on the plane, Linksy, Neezy, Navoj, Loco, Bazooks, DK Game, Loco AU, JCW 42, Hizzy for Life, Provoke as well from Tainted Minds. You can see now Bifta Extreme, Patsan and Scorp, some of the stronger players from last round, moving with Bundy Man and Pekin Arts are also in there as well, heading down to the southwest. Blackout NZ and Snapshot. Guys, keep your eyes on in this particular league. Tonight, been putting in some hard yards. Yazakage, we can see Zoidmate V7093 playing the south side of the North Island, Extrues NZ. Bouncy Butts, Happy No VTs, and Virilios, Chillville, and Big Buds all now in at Sosnovka military base. Navoj, Linksy, Zeke, Rock, and Loco and Bazooks all in very close proximity to one another. Just pulling out, we see Coolhass and DK Game in some nice uncontested areas to be able to start the loot. trying to focus now at the moment on who is going to be starting off the first altercation. It's going to be hard to pick. We're jumping on board now with Index. We'll just see where Index is particularly on the map. If I can see this under the under the great deal of drops here in the south. So you can see Shocks, Zoid, Yazukage. Looks like Yazukage just the left inside of that shack, not able to get run over there. Lynxy coming up the road now. Index as well, going for a bit of a drive there with the UAZ. We can see Zoid, mate, moving south-south-east down towards where Traz's location is as Bouncy Butts, Extrude, Aurelius, Happy No VTs moving in a little bit closer. Smiley and Smiley moving into Promorse. We saw a strong play like this in the PUBG OCE divisions where they managed to get some strong plays in the early divisions of, I believe it was High Top, where they got some wins coming out from Promorse, because we're on board with Miggles right now, who's DBNO, but look of it, yes, he is DBNO. And Mickey Sickies is taking fire and coming from Shred. Don't know if this is a decoy play, but he's definitely given the upper ground here to Shred. Shred and Uncry playing for No Joke Esports, putting in a little bit of contention there to try and take Miggles out. He's going to go down now. Mickey Sicky's still quite far away. I think Miggles in a lot of trouble here. Mickey Sicky's just completely abandoning him. I feel sorry for Miggles. He's come into this early on with 71 players left alive. He's about to put it down to 70. That's his contribution. 1 point ends it all. Extreme 2G on board now on the far west side of the map. You can see him just looting up in one of the garages here. Not much to look at that side, but at Sunken City, we can see Mickey Sicky's now immediately in more contact as he just gets put down. Oh, Mickey Sickies gets done by Vin V. Champs knocking out Provoke. Provoke from TM getting put down with a headshot there. Navoj, Lynxy, and Loco still in contention for the Georgipol area. We can see Hizzy for life now trying to escape the grasp that Champs and Edge had on them in that situation. And Edge right now on the edge of that balcony, trying to stay on the edge of my seat. At this distance, he puts in a 10% hit or quit with the over-under double barrel shot. He now going for the close range push on Hizzy for life. Hizzy going to try and get inside of a building right now, find himself potentially maybe a shotgun or a handgun to try and give him a little bit of a chance to get out. No, he's straight on fight or flight in flight mode. Does not want a bar of it at all. He's got a very good push here, but I think Edge actually has the right idea, trying to look for the flank right now. Probably a lot more used to people covering up. First person perspective, not able to use that third person camera to be able to augment his reality and look at his situational awareness, giving him that advantage to find where Hizzy is. So this is going to put Hizzy in a good position, high ground, high building, get himself potentially a rifle in one of these buildings here. He's found himself a 9mm pistol. Better than nothing, I would say, with an over-under. Now an AK-47 in tow. This is fantastic for Hizzy for life as the guys from Mind Freak are now pushing. So we're seeing an esports fight off right here at Yasnaya Polyana. At Mansion, we can see Bovbork, Evolved, Evo 8, Squirtle, and Unknown Name in contention for Mansion. I don't know if they're going to be hanging around too much longer. Looks like Unknown Name's going to be trying to GTFO right now. Evolved looking for an angle. You can hear the vehicle taking off. Sounds like a motocicleta, but no issues there for them. They're gonna get out of there without too much to sort of have to worry about. Hizzy for life, looking very comfortable. Or Grunt and Sticks and Stones from Aegis 7, moving in towards Yasnaya. Might open up Edge and Champs out of their hiding holes right now as they keep trying to figure out where Hizzy for life is. I think Hizzy potentially able to make an upset here with the guys split up, thinking they're going to have a 2v1 advantage with the high ground. If he's able to take out Edge while he's still got that over-under shotty, I think he believes that Hizzy's still on ground level running around like that. Now, it looks like Champ's coming in for the push now. He does have some sort of an audible lead on Hizzy's location as he runs in. Looks to see if it's looted by the look of things. Yes, he knows he's in this building. He knows for sure he's in this building. He can hear him. 1 or potentially 2 levels up. Let's just double check. Hizzy for life, 1 level up, 1 level up. So it's audible to Champs. Champs knows that he's in the vicinity. Didn't mean to jump on a Bovbork there. I'm trying to get on with Hizzy and Champs. So we can actually see as the render issue showed us transparency through the floor. I can go into the spectator x-ray view. These guys are looking at each other pretty much. I think Hizzy for life just going off the acoustics. He can tell sort of where Champs is based on the foot movement. which I think is something they should probably fix in PUBG, just for the sake that you can positionally figure out where someone is through the floors. I like the way that the audio works in games like Rainbow Six, where it's a little bit harder. You have to listen to the acoustics of it coming down the hallway. And Edge now gets eyes on and puts down Izzy for life with the S686. Nutshot just killed Traz. See if we can jump on board with Nutshot. I need to figure out where he is on the map. I have no recollection of where they landed right now. So I'm going to manually try and have a search here. See if I can find him in the scoreboard. I think I've gone straight past him. Haven't got a clue. There he is right now. Looks like he's by himself, actually. So Luke Ultra unavailable to put in some more work. It seems that he's lost his teammate early on with 60 players left alive. Champs and Edge, Mindfreak now own no contention on Yasnaya Poliana. We can still see Georgipol pretty well populated. I've got to be honest, I would have expected a bit more of an altercation going down there. You can see Smiley Face and Smiles very comfortable in Primorsk right now. Bouncy Butts and Chillville have Novoprenoy in their complete disposal without any contention. Extrude NZ is going to be heading north towards the Ulterior Road. Ulterior Road is the word I'm looking for. I'm not sure. Arterial, I believe. Ghost Kid, just south of Milter Powers. Rock's moving in towards Milter. Xfear and an XPLL inside of Apps next to the east side of school right now. Nutshot, nice and comfortable to the east-northeast of prison. Bovbork and No Name, not far off from Mansion. They didn't travel too far, but it's 500 meters almost between them at the moment. On board with Squirtle. Squirtle looking around, still looking a little bit nervous, but there's really no one in contention for them. The closest is Allgrunt, and also Sticks and Stones from Aegis 7. Dak coming in above Edge and Champs. Dak going to be put in a very peculiar situation if he comes out without cover in that particular direction. Zoidmate and V1793 got themselves holed up nice and well inside of Milter Power. Very good spot for them. If they can move up to the northeast, it'll be super effective for them with two teams if they had an 8-time scoping contention. Let's just have a look at the loadout that the guys have here. We can see Zoid holding the Scar L and also has a Kar 98 on back with a Pan level 3 backpack, total pack, and also got a Desert Camo level 2 helmet. So well and truly geared enough for a firefight. Jump on board V1793. Let's have a look what he's got here. Another total pack, level 3 helmet, Pan as well. These guys are pretty much running in unison with their loadout. Just main difference, realistically, is just going to be the primary firearm, but they are using the same ammo type for that. So there's going to be plenty of 7.62 to go between them. I think that might be a part of the team meta that they have in between. We see, down here at, what is this location? Dark and Stormy. They're just to the east, sorry, west-northwest of prison. Dark and Stormy and AK-47 Gary taking in a little bit of contact. I'm not sure where the closest players are. I'm not sure if it's Somatic. No, they're quite far away, actually. Might possibly have been Predge and Mikesy. Linksy moving in on the direction now. You can see Shocks, Bovbork. These guys are going to come into a bit of contention right now. Would help to have some more labels for callouts, but these guys are in a north-south blockade situation. High ground going to be going with the advantage to Bovbork. I think he's got eyes. I think he's got eyes here. He's seen Shocks. He's definitely seen Shocks' location. But if I take the x-ray off, we can see what he sees. And he doesn't actually have any direct line of sight. Index, possibly unwitting to the fact that they have above them and the next 50-40 meters to their north, two players that are holding high ground, waiting for them to peek out. Pulling back now, we're going to have a look at Navaj on the 3-seater motorcycle. Coming to pick up Neezy. Sorry, 2-seater motorcycle, my mistake. Smiley Face Extreme 2G. Most likely going to be putting some shells out now. No, they're jumping into a UAZ. So we got Smiles and Smiley. What are they in? They got a UAZ as well. Smiley Face in a Dacia. So I don't think that you're going to be seeing Extreme 2G put too much pressure on the guys from Team Tahit, because the travel speed is going to be a bit more of an advantage towards the guys from Team Tahit. But they are going to start to condense around the Pachinki area as they come in from west to east. Looks like Dark and Stormy in contact right now. And I believe this is the location that Nutshot calls the Love Shack. Well fortified. They have a vehicle in tow as well. Probably not the best parking that they could utilize at the moment, but parking when in contact is not really the main priority, with Linksy sitting up with a Car 98 inside of Bunnings Warehouse, where lowest HP is only the beginning. Bunnings Warehouse. We're on board with Ghost Kid now. No contest at all for Ghost Kid in the south east side of Milton Power. Lynxie now popping off shots down at Dark and Stormy. With the 4-time scope, Lynxie just knocked out AK-47 Gary with a headshot, mind you. Kaysan knocking out Neezy with an AKM, and Navoj just got killed by Kaysan as well. So Neezy died as a result of that. And People Potato just killed Rock. So the kill feed's starting to fill up. We can see players are condensing. Looks like it's all happening around this side of... Yeah, Kaysan over here and Pachinki, as I mentioned earlier. You're going to see these guys condensing on one another. And they're all falling in very close proximity. Lynxie and Dark and Stormy, I think these guys are going to be able to wait it out a little bit longer. Extrude coming in on the far flank, going southeast to the far east. Probably going to pull up around this sort of area on the map at Milton Power. It looks like Bifster and Koth are going to be, sorry, Bifter and Archer, my apologies, Bifter and Archer are going to be moving in the same direction that Smiley and Smiles have, but they've got the UAZ and the Darcia moving in through the outer limits of the blue zone right now. So Matic moving in towards Baxterix and VFox. VFox definitely more confident with his partner in the game with him, except Somatic and Cozy need to get some points, sorry, should I say, need to score some points on the board because they have been having some underwhelming results. You know, credit to them, they are strong players, but as far as tonight's rounds in the league, they need to get up there to be able to stay in contention to be some of the top dogs in the survey. If they can place in the top 10, it will have a great impact. You can see Uncry and Shred right now still far on the outer limits within about 300-400 meters, but they do have a vehicle in their immediate availability. Baxterix likely going to be coming in on this drop, but if it is contested by someone with a car, we can see Dak coming in with a car right now. We don't quite know if they're going to be going for this drop. I think they see it and they are going for it. It looks like Dak's actually going to reach there before Baxterix, but the problem with this is they're going to get pincered between the moments that they need to stop the vehicle. If they go for it, they can see it. It's dropped. And they're avoiding it. So Zoid probably going to be taking eyes off. He's taken eyes off. So you've just seen Baxterix, VFox moving on to the crate. Zoid mate now. Oh, he's taking eyes off the crate. Don't do that. That's the last thing you want to do. He's got a 2-time scope. He's going to try and make these shots count. At this distance, it's going to be very hard to hit. Very hard to hit. Like Smiles and Smiley Face. If you get what I'm saying. These shots are starting to count. I'm going to take things from VFox's perspective. As these shots start to rain in for them. He doesn't know where these shots are coming from. I think he suspects it's from Lipovka, which it is not. Baxterix sees Zoid, actually. Probably calmed that already. Going to be hard to hit here. The advantage definitely going to Baxterix. We'll have to see what 1798's got in tow. If I can just switch between the two. Which I can't. Again, using meds. A Car 98 as well for V1798, 73, my apologies, and a 4-time. So V17 and Baxterix equal loadout as far as the sniper. DK Game moving in very close on VFox's location and Baxterix, but probably not within line of sight. But they are taking shots from Somatic and also from Cozy. Cozy needs to make these points count. He has to put in some work here. So does Somatic. These guys need to ensure that they continue to climb. They are in the last 53 alive, but they need to make it into that top 10. Patsan, Scorp, moving in, coming in close to Shocks. We can see Shocks taking fire. That Darcy's about to blow up. It puts him down to 5% health. He's right next to the RB, trying to get into some hard cover. As you can see, Patsan and Scorp have gone for the same compound. They've ended up in the same place again. No, they haven't actually. They're further to the south. My apologies. No, it is the same compound. It absolutely is the same compound. And Pekin just killed Scorp, so unable to make that same push for the building to hold up on the cover that they are so accustomed to from the last round. Unfortunate turn of events there for Scorp, but they did have the right kind of mindset, thinking that they could try and hold this out for a little bit longer, as the circle has started to condense around a very similar area again. Pekin not peeking at all this game, trying to play it safe, holding down that building by himself, and another double red completely off to the parallel of Extreme 2G and Patsan. Patsan now in contest right now. Exchange 2G moving away from Patsan, going to be moving into the building with Pekin. So it looks like these guys are going to hold up and wait for some mistakes to get made. We're going to pull back out, see what's going on the rest of the map. You can see Dark and Stormy at the Love Shack, not far off from the next crate drop. If they go for this, which they probably are going to have to do. Champs, Orgrunt, Shred, Uncry coming in very close. Lynxie and Subslayer now going to get pincered. If AK-47 Gary has eyes on the fact that Uncry and Shred are going to be moving past Bunnings right now, then advantage could go to them to be able to take some shots on Lynxie, who's been holding down Bunnings so well in the last 10-15 minutes. Subslayer now looking to try and get some shots. Going out with the holo at Champs and Dacia, sustaining a little bit of damage there. Champs absolutely not given a single. He's got pockets full of them, but arms too short to give one. Uncry getting followed. I think Champs was going to try and organise a shot as they pull up here past the wizard hat. I would call that one a wizard hat instead of the cup because it does have the nice little wizard hat roof on it. As mentioned, I do call it the cup. I'm quite accustomed to it. We see Squirtle, Bothbork nicely held up. Loco, P for Potato, in Lipovka. Uncry moving on towards the crate, but I'm pretty sure we did see that crate get activated earlier, so it's probably going to be a no dice play for them there. Champs, Shred, Somatic now trying to get some score on the board. If he can do this, it's going to have the impact that they need to gain some of these points in the latter part of tonight's competition. You see Kesa and Nick, they've made their way in nicely from the west. X-Fear just put down sticks and stones with a vehicle explosion. Nice play there, going for the center of mass on the moving target, which makes life easy because there is no revive, no DBNO when you die from an explosion. Bouncy Butt's going to need to make it across here. He's got himself a Dacia, but he is far outside the zone, going to need to find a boat. Is there a boat nearby? That is the top 10 chicken dinner winner question. No boat, no dice. Ghost Kid still held up nicely. Dark and Stormy on the crate by the look of things. Still unable here to access the inventory here in the crate. I wish I was paying attention when Archer was doing this because I would love to see what's inside it. My apologies, guys. Due to the delay, I'm not going to be able to have anyone help me with that in time. But what we can see is an M249 Saw. They've got an SKS with it 8 times in tow. Pan on the backside of Dark and Stormy. These guys are nice and well held up. I can see that Squirtle is still quite comfortable on the north side of the circle. We're on board with Smiley Face. Inside of the, I suppose this one is the Wizard Hut. Just dropping a 4-time scope there, or not interested in picking that one up. They're just outside of the woodworks with very little contention at all right now. Loco now moving in, going past the crate. P for Potato. You can see X-Fear and XPLL not too far away from Bundy Mate as they make their way in east. From the west side of the northern farm area. Milter, Test Troy holding down. NZ Snapshot. Blackout NZ. They can hear. Sorry, we can hear NZ Snapshot there jumping off the motorcycle. Subslayer, Lynxie probably heard that, knowing that there is somebody within range, but needing to find that angle. Very dangerous play to be out in that balcony in first person, not being able to augment your vision for situational awareness like you can in third person. Probably a unwise choice to continue doing that. Here's some shots getting popped off here. Might have been a UD. No, not a UD, not an unintentional discharge. He's looking to take the shot here on Nick. Nick pops his head out, hits the bark of the tree on the right side. Maybe getting a next shot. No, he hits the side of the wall on the top of the balcony there above the garage. Unfortunate. Trying to get his bearings back on board for Nick. Nick now just healing up. So we're going to jump on board with Nick and see what things are like from his perspective, as we've just seen Bouncy Butts make their way up from Novapanoi over the East Choke Point Bridge, heading south to north. Eyes on Subslayer. Subslayer putting down Nick with a headshot from the Car 98K, but Nick able to get to his teammate in time. Most likely not going to be in the line of sight for the guys, but they have opened themselves up to NZ Snapshot and Blackout NZ should they want to engage. Probably not likely at this point because you can see that Blackout NZ has a holo only, not going to be looking for long range encounters. Jumping on board with Squirtle, this is going to be a disgusting battle in here. If he goes in unwittingly, he's about to get wrecked, I think. Drop getting put on him. Snapshot putting down on Squirtle. Taking a few shots to the face right there. That man is a tank. That man is an absolute tank. Just taking it in the face. No face shield. Just takes it on the chin. Guy should give up his day job in PUBG and join the ranks of professional boxing with a chin like that. He could probably outbox Mayweather, I think. Shred and Uncry, No Joke Esports team, put in some work outside of the north area between Zoid and Dark and Stormy and AK-47 Gary opting to go to the complete left of center play, going outside the circle, moving in and closing in on Zoid, actually. Not too interested right now in anything apart from the loot as they run around. Do they have the situational awareness that Zoid is inside that cup building with V1793, or they're just holding out? Now this is a bad position for Zoid because what he's doing now is exposing his rear to the guys. It looks like they've seen him. They have seen him. They're going to wait for the right shot here. As long as Zoid doesn't turn and look up, they're going to be able to make this work. Zoid's gone into the bottom level of the cup, or as I call it, where the dregs are when you drink a coffee and, you know, all the sugar and the coffee stays at the bottom. They're in the cup dregs right now. V1793 perhaps getting eyes on. I think he's got eyes on. Blow the car up. We've got the wide position here. Yes, it is what they were trying to attempt here, but it did not blow up in time. Dark and Stormy going down. Zoid, mate, putting down Dark and Stormy. AK-47 Gary getting wrecked with a headshot from the Scar-L. Definitely opening up situational awareness for Uncry, knowingly now that there is contact just to the southeast outside of the circle. Backstrix now well and knowingly that also Zoid, mate, and 1793 are in that vicinity, because watching the kill feed, he's going to be able to correlate the two, seeing that event has just transpired, and it's going to perhaps open things up for Shred and Uncry. Shred in a very good position right now, with the advantage looking over Zoid and 1793, but missing the opportunity there. Perhaps he can do something if he can line up a headshot. Misses once, gets it on the second. Third, fourth shot missing. Not able to capitalize on that, opening up their position. Backstrix looking like he's just DBNO'd. Probably trying to take some shots there. He's got four rounds in the clip on his Car 98K, so probably put one out on a peak. Not able to capitalize on that. I would like to zoom out. Can do in the next 1.5 seconds because of the use of meds being utilized. Bouncy Butts in contact right now. Once those meds are being used, there we go. So we can see Bouncy Butts Chillville, his teammate, is down in the top level of the cup, right at the sippy part of it. X-Fear just running away from 5 AM with Bundy, mate, looking to try and get the revive here. So a couple of DBNOs going. Cozy, XPLL. Cozy, we jumped on board, getting the kill on XPLL with the Scar right now. Now, Cozy is moving away. So Matic, these guys are putting in the work, trying to stay inside the zone. I think P for Potato might have an idea based on the audible. Not sure where he's going to be looking because of the defolating of the environment around him. As we can see that Cozy and Somatic have opted not to push Smiley Face in a very, very good situation here. In top of the cup, got some good cover, good angles. High ground on one side, so not going to be able to get shot up at unless he is peeking outside of the window, covering in the opposite direction. Champs, we can see just dying. As I come on board, we can jump in and have a look. Sorry, not Champs. Who was that I'm trying to jump on board with here? Not getting a name because all I'm hitting is Edge and Champs on top of the dead body. So the guys from Mindfreak are holding out the play above Milter. Extrude NZ going to try and come up past Pats and Peak and Extreme 2G. Nick, Case and Testroy. These guys are going to put some work in here with the cars. They're going to be trying to get themselves into a safe zone. But it looks like Nick going to come in for an assault. Alright, ops to ditch. Nick ditching, going towards the closest hard cover, but it's still outside the zone, and he's going to be compromised by Patsan, who actually has him in his sights, only with a hollow sight, by the look of things. Nick is flanking around. He's going to get away. He's going to make his way out. Linksy in contact right now with Bob Bog. He's trying to get that grenade in there, but it's just going to miss because it's going to deflect off the side of the window. Extreme NZ just knocked out Champs. So Champs going down at the hardcover upstairs in the double story just on the south-southeast side of the circle. Testroy holding in that cover nicely. Bov Bork, Linksy, Subslayer, NZ Snapshot and Blackout are in a very, very tough situation. Cozy probably able to sneak up on Smiley Face should he play his cards right here. Not able to go for a northern flank. Zoid, mate, can't jump on board. We've got 3 things where we can change perspective here, so we're locked into this. Extreme 2G, K-Sun in contact right now. We can see Subslayer just knocked out K-Sun. Subslayer. Where is Subslayer right now? We want to get some positional on Subslayer. Where did he get that shot from? We've got eyes on Extreme 2G. Subslayer links here together on the high ground. Another drop going overhead. Peekin exposed to the west. Uphill and defilade. Trying to get away. Behind the defilade now. Manages to get in. Probably able to pick up the DBNO right now. Extreme 2G. Waiting for his Waiting for his revive. Pekin doing the right thing there by his teammate. Right on the outside in a nice defilade, but they have approximately 125 meters they're going to have to run here. Archer. Very well concealed. I call this doing the Suka. I love to hide in the bushes. That's my strategy. If you ever get shot at from a bush, it's likely me. And I think he's going to have a very difficult time running through all of these guys here. Extrude and Zed. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump back out to the map there and miss that for you guys, but he did just knock Champ. So it's the second time Champ's got DBNO. You can see that Extrude is now taking shots incoming. I think it's from Testroy. It is from Testroy and his teammate. Unfortunately, they're not able to make that push. Testroy looking for shots here. Extrude and Zed got the advantage, but he doesn't capitalize on him and he gets put down. Testroy knocking him out with the M16, reloading with an extended clip. 40 back in the magazine. Things are getting very interesting here. West side, very well cleared. Loco, Bazooks, making a push on Shred. Shred using the first aid kit, right side of the container. We're going to put the X-ray vision on now. He's to the right side of the tree. He's got a ghillie suit by the look of things. Shred getting put down by Bazooks. So that'll be the end of that for those guys. Loco AU pushed. Now, Zoid, mate, and also 1793 got clear sight. 2 shots, 3 shots on, 1 on head, 2 on center of mass, 3 on center of mass. Still going at it with the... Oh, jeez, look at that. Just got a headshot SKS. 17 left alive right there on the crate. Completely uncontested right now as they hit right on the edge of the zone. Edge and Champ still able to be... still able to make their way out. So 2 DBNOs on Champs. He goes down again. He's going to be hitting and quitting, I think. And I can see Smiley Face just getting knocked outside of the... Sorry, NZ Snapshot getting knocked outside of the zone. Trying to jump on with Smiley Face still held up in the cup there. This is not good for the guys here on the left side of the map, or the west side of the map. Lynxy, Pekin, they've managed to outlive Archer by the look of things. Pekin can run up to the... Oh, where is these shots coming in? Smiley's taking contention right now. Frag coming in. Looks like Cozy's coming to put some work in. I think if Smiley goes out of his way for an aggressive push, he can make things work here for himself. Let's just get on board with Cozy. See what kind of strategy he's going to go for here. If I can get that selective perspective on him. Wait, no, Cozy's running away. If Smiley can take advantage of the audible, he can capitalize on this. Smiley aggressive, looking for the kill. Misses him. Defilating behind the log cabin just to the northeast, which is going to be pushing Cozy into the grips of Zoid, Beef Potato. Beef Potato sneaking up on Zoid right now. If these guys start jumping, Zoid's not going to be able to hear him. Zoid going down full auto. Pete Potato with the UMP9. We're going to see if 1793 can do anything. 1793 at very low health. 5%. Pete Potato going to capitalize here. Can't change perspective. Locked in by that first aid kit being used. We see Pete Potato finally gets a conversion on the kill on Zoid, mate, with the UMP. 12 players left alive. Smiley Face, Cozy, P1793. Suppressed. Right side of the lock in for Peaks. Can't get it out there against Critical Motion. Critical Motion taking the main contention of the zone. Edge Champs trying to put a little bit of shots down range from east to west. Cozy coming in from the north right now. Edge on the push. Edge on the push. Can't change perspective. First aid kit locked to this. They need to get this fixed. PUBG, if you're out there, please do something about the med camera bug where it locks us into that perspective. You see Lynxy in the zone. Subslayer, Smiley Face taking some damage here. Subslayer sees him. Smiley Face with the peak. No, Subslayer didn't see him. Smiley unable to capitalize. Lynxy coming up on the right hand side, jumping on Lynxy's perspective. You can see him getting the shots down range on Smiley. Smiley gonna look for a peek here. If he's smart, he's gonna stop Subslayer from getting this flank. He's got the flank. Smiley's seen him. Smiley puts him down. Lynxy now on board, shooting through the tree, trying to see if he can get some penetration on the tree there, because he's got wood to try and get through. Smiley Face now pushing a flank, coming in 2 trees closer. I think we'll take the X-ray vision off. Oh, bad angle. My apologies. I just completely dissolved that view that we had there. Lynxy going to get pulled up here. They're inside the zone in an optimal location downhill. Unfortunately, these defilades might not be enough as Edge and Champs get a little bit closer encroaching. No, the defilades managed to save him. Subslayer gets the first aid kit in. 4 players left alive. It's a 2v2 situation. Subslayer potentially just seen their X-ray vision coming on. We can see Lynxy holding prone. Subslayer, these guys are nice and well spread out. All it's going to take is 1 bullet to miss on a bad push, and the guys that are spread are going to be able to make a good angle for recontention. Lynxy seen now. Subslayer gets the DBNO. Puts him out. Champs now gonna need to make a big play here to stay in it. Subslayer, Lynxy 5 and 2 kills, puts them on the board for 7. Before I get any further in this, make sure I'm going to get these scores saved for you guys. Give me one moment, just bear with me. I'll send these off to the admin at ESU. A very good end there for the guys. Subslayer, Linksy, what team are these guys with? I want to make sure I give the honourable mentions to the teams that have been putting in the work. Subslayer, so it's just a Sub and Linksy show. It definitely was a Sub and Linksy show there at the end, putting in the yards and making it work against Team MF. Nice job there, guys. Well played. Bear with me one moment. Just going to make sure that we get these screenshots uploaded. Just going to do a quick scroll on the scoreboard. I will get back to it momentarily for you as well. But as I mentioned, need to make sure we record these for the sake of point tracking. Just get a little bit of music going on. Keep you entertained for a second there while I deal with this. Just in case there is a crash shot. 21. We get above 21 of the rest of the scores. One more screenshot to do. We'll scroll right down to the bottom. We'll give you a chance to read the leaderboard for a sec while I do this as well. Alrighty, so that's done and out of the way. Now, Subslayer, Linksy, coming out with the underdog play there to come and bring out the win. Edge and Champs, man, these guys are maintaining a very high notoriety in the server. Smiley Face and Smiles putting in with what they usually do. Team to hit, staying on the leaderboard. Unfortunately, unable to take out the win, but Smiley's plays there. I'm going to get confused between Smiley Face and Smiles. Why would you both have the same name? Honestly, it's just going to confuse me. But those peaks that push in the trees, he had the right plays there. If he had managed to play a bit more passively when he had the ability to use the defilade to his advantage to back off, he might have been able to get around the back of the Mind Freak boys. We got Cozy, Somatic, No Name, Bovbork getting into 4th. Cozy and Somatic. Now, Cozy constantly on the right side of the leaderboard, where we have to scroll down and see these guys not able to get themselves into the top 10, coming out and pulling things off. As I said, Cozy generally a very strong player, gets himself 4 kills, with Somatic getting 1, putting their team up there for 5. So teams with 5 kills get a bonus of 2, as well as 2 points per kill. So it's going to make a bit of an impact for them, able to push some points on the board against No Name Bovbork, who played super passively with only 0. Critical Motion, P for Potato, putting a lot of work on the east side as the circle started to close in there in the final moments. Peak and Extreme 2G coming in 7th. Zoid Mate 1793. These guys consistently for tonight weren't able to get out with the win. You can see that you can see. I think they got 1 early on, but unable to maintain that. They did go out early, I believe, 2nd round, if I'm not mistaken, but securing 8th place with 5 kills and the 6th kill for 1793, so 6 between them. That's going to give them the bonus multiplier above 5. 9th place, NZ Snapshot and Black at NZ. These guys just cannot stop from staying on the leaderboard. 5am and Bundy, mate. Good to see you guys up there on the leaderboard as well. 0 kills between them. Passive plays can also get you a slice of the pie. Might not get you the biggest slice, but it'll get you up there. Bazooks and Loco played a lot, I believe, on the north side, if I'm not mistaken. Vin V, Testroy aren't able to convert those kills that the DBNOs that were had on the bottom side of the cup on the west side, as they were fighting north to south on the south side of the circle in those final moments. Archer and Biffster passively making their way up into 13th place. Extrude, NZ Happy, no VTs, made it into 14th. Shred and Uncry from No Joke getting into 15th. We can see Xfear and XPLL getting into 16th. If I'm not mistaken, Xfear from Conspiracy Esports. Ghost Kid and, this name really messes with me, Mini Gorifin. No kills on the board, but at 17th. Pats and Scorp going for the same play they had in round 2, thinking it was going to be optimal. Unfortunately, unable to pull it off as they got bum rushed to the door. K-Sun, 19th with Nick in tow. Predge, I've pronounced that correct. I can't say correctly right, but I can say Predge. Mikesy in 20th. Backstrix and VFox. Definitely saw a boost in VFox's confidence since first round playing solo, so securing 21st place there. Bouncy Butts, Chillville unable to climb any further than 22. Dak, JCW 42, a lower result than last round, unfortunately at 23rd. Dark and Stormy, AK47 Gary, not able to climb much further up the board as well this game. Evolve 8, Squirtle 93 in 25th. 26, Sticks and Stones and Orgrunt from Ages 7. We got V-Shocks and Index Shout. V-Shocks, how you going, buddy? Just want to give a bit of sub love there, mate. 28th, Cool House DK Jeem putting out 28th position. A Zeke getting in at 29th. Rock at 0 went out early. Neezy, Navoj went out early. Nutshot, Luke Ultra, unfortunately unable to secure a place in the top 10 for this game for the final game of the night. Traz, Yasukage, Izzy for Life, and Provoke from Tainted Minds in 34th place. Unfortunately, unable to get up there as well. Coffin DGNZ in 35th. Virilios, Big Bud. So I think Virilios subbing in there for Zapruder, if I'm not mistaken. And Nicky Sickies and Miggles coming in 37th. Thanks for participating tonight, guys, for all of the players. Thank you for dropping by and supporting and watching the stream. I've enjoyed casting it. I hope you have enjoyed the casting that I've been putting on tonight. And, you know, apart from a couple of crashes, avoiding using some of the spectator options that we had there, we managed to have a nice, smooth third round. We got to give a shout out now to PUBG OCE for their support with this as well. I want to thank Plays TV as well for the support. There is I'm going to turn the music down here just so I get a bit more clarity. There is a current Gleam giveaway, and that's done in cooperation, the Gleam giveaway with ESU League, PUBG OCE, and Plays TV. The prizes are one HyperX Pulsefire gaming mouse, one HyperX Cloud Revolver gaming headset, and we also want to thank the sponsors Plays TV and PUBGtracker.com. Now, I want to remind you guys who are viewing still that there is an open division tomorrow night. You can register via ESU League, the website. You find the links in the Discord or also in the information below in the stream. There's limited spots remaining, and we will be streaming that tomorrow night. My name's Suko. I hope you have enjoyed tonight's cast. If you did like the cast tonight, I would appreciate it if you did chuck us a follow. A bit of support will help me to remain involved in doing some casting in the future. Big shout out to the guys at ESU for getting me on tonight to do some casting for you guys, and I hope it was a top-notch quality stream. Potentially tomorrow night I'll be back doing the Open League division. For people who didn't manage to get into the Invitational and have been watching tonight, just remember you can follow the information below and get in with the limited spots that are remaining as well. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.